But it does bring me back to his potential, you could say prodigy, Xabi Alonso, who's putting up insane numbers at Bayer Leverkusen. Mm-hmm. We actually brought them up in the same conversation of how serious is this Bayer Leverkusen team. You said you would start taking them serious after 26 matches in the Bundesliga as title contenders. Well, now we're 21 games into the season, and they're in first place with a 5-point gap up top. I'm eager to talk about this Bayer Leverkusen side, but I won't do it until I have you with me, man. I need you as a believer. So do I have to wait 5 more games, or have we arrived?
No, we've arrived. I saw the game against Bayern this past weekend, and I was like, okay, yeah, I'm a month and a half off. I'm 5 games off for sure. I definitely got this one wrong because
you ignored Bundesliga a little too much.
Maybe that's why it's working.
Maybe okay.
Maybe Bayern can only lose if I'm not watching.
Maybe, dude. Maybe. Yeah. Maybe it doesn't need Soltero's presence, dude.
But realistically, all jokes aside, Leverkusen's gonna win the league this year. I think so.
I don't want you to jinx him, bro. I didn't think we'd go that far yet.
No, I'm going that far. After the performance that they just put on against Bayern, it is night and day who's the better side.
Oh, yeah.
And if all Leverkusen have to do is just remotely maintain this type of form, because Bayern, they're not going to go on a 12-game win streak or whatever, how many games are left. They're not going to. The team's too weak. They're too disorganized. There doesn't seem to be a direct plan between players and Thomas Tuchel. Tuchel's under fire because of such an embarrassing loss. And I just think there's a huge disconnect right now with Bayern. I mean, one of the biggest takeaways I got from that game was Bayern Munich is just a team of individuals. That's why they're in second place. The rest of the Bundesliga can't really keep up with the amount of talent that they have unless you have a really good team. Bayer Leverkusen is a really good team. They have an excellent plan. Even though Bayern had, 65% possession in that game, Leverkusen look comfortable because they have the actual talent and know-how and trust in their coach on how to play against a team like Bayern. And then they hit off the counter like crazy, man.
Dude,
they hit off the counter like crazy. So Bayer Leverkusen, I think, are just an incredibly well-drilled team with a lot of players in form under a very good coach.
Yes.
Bayern Munich are pretty much the exact opposite. The only reason why they're in second place right now is because they have Leroy Sané, they have Jamal Musiala, they have Harry Kane, right? Yeah. These are all elite players, but my God, they don't play like a team at all.
No, dude, it's actually ridiculous what this Bayer Leverkusen team is doing. I think they're having, now the second or third best start to the Bundesliga ever.
Yeah.
And the fact that they haven't lost a game this entire season. Bro, we're in February, dude. It's Valentine's week. And they have not lost a game. Yeah. That's ridiculous. And the system that Xabi Alonso has put in place, the way he emphasizes his wingbacks, bro. Xabi Alonso figured out how to make his wingbacks teleport because somehow they can join these offensive opportunities like it's nothing and become extra wingers. And then all of a sudden they're back there defending their asses off just as quickly, man. Guys like Frimpong or Grimaldo, who's having the season of his life, I think have completely elevated this team. And it's just representative of all these other players, Hincapié, and then a star boy like Florian Wirtz as well, just in the middle, generating so many opportunities. Yeah. This team is so stacked, but it's beautiful to see, man. It's why early on in the season I brought up the idea of I need to see Bayer Leverkusen get something out of this generation, man. That's what worries me so much about teams of this caliber, is that they can have such good seasons but then end it without any silverware, man, because it's just how it happens in football. It can be so brutal. And so one thing that I do want to highlight is that they are in the DFB Pokal either semifinal or final. They've gone very deep there, and Bayern Munich has already been knocked out. Yeah. So it looks like that is very much in contention for them. The league is very much in contention for them. And then if anything, it's just such a shame that they're not in the Champions League, man.
I know.
Because this truly could have been a team that can make it to the semifinals.
Oh, yeah. With the form that they're playing in right now, I had the same reaction when I realized, looking back at the round of 16, I was like, oh, yeah, Bayer Leverkusen in the Europa League.
Europa League.
I was like, damn it. I completely forgot about that. But yeah, I think it's a missed opportunity for UEFA. Not really, obviously, for Leverkusen, but it just sucks
that's how it goes.
That's how it goes. It sucks that one of the most informed teams in Europe just unfortunately is not in the Champions League. But for Leverkusen themselves, they should win this league. It's only 5 points.
Still 5,
it's still
man.
5. It's not a lot. It's a gap, right? They just need to maintain it. Just don't get in their heads. They will win this league if they just play like they're playing.
Yeah.
I honestly don't think there's that much pressure on them because the rest of the Bundesliga, kind of like La Liga, not really playing at that high of a level. So this is it. This is it. Dortmund kind of had it last year, but they were so inconsistent. Bayer Leverkusen is the opposite of inconsistency, bro. Like you just said it. 32 game unbeaten run? They have not lost this season? That's ridiculous. So this is it, man. Like, I don't think they have to do too much more to win it.